And we are just going to keep on rolling because that's what we do here for this crazy day of live streams that somehow worked out in our favor and came together. And this is amazing. I just am so thankful for everybody um, who has said yes to this and wanted to be a part of it and allowed um, the opportunity for this to even happen. And yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And this is hour 4 now, which is bananas to even say. Thank you to everybody who has streamed so far. And I'm on mono. I'm not sure how that happened, but yeah, thank you to everybody who's done streams so far. Thank you to everybody who is going to have streams here later on in the day. We are going to wrap everything up, as I said at the beginning of the day, with a roundtable for everybody who can make it. That was that did streams. Just quick side note, Chad. Yes, I do not have super chats because I'm not at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, but there is a link in the description below where my PayPal actually is. So in lieu of super chats, you can use the PayPal to actually do that kind of super chat thing. And of course, I'll give you cheers, shout out, and everything here on the stream. So yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what's up with this mono thing. Very strange. Very, very strange. Let me see if I can. Wonder if I can fix that real quick. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. Swan said, Pear Bear, can you get the PayPal up for anyone who wants to super chat? Got to get the toilet paper fund rolling. Like I said, it's in the description of the video. It should be right after the explanation. So yeah. Thank you guys. There's been a bunch of people who have subscribed to my channel today. I really, really appreciate that. Super awesome. Cheers to you guys. Yeah. Is anybody going to be functioning by the round table? I have no idea. I have no clue. Scott from my bourbon journey was already kind of drunk. Bobby and Sam are going to be messed up, I feel like, by the end of the day too, which will be lots of fun. But this is so cool seeing everybody in here today. This is amazing. I love you guys. I'm so happy that this all came together. My dad's in here. Cheers to Dad. I am sipping on some Old Crow Reserve, which you cannot find anymore. It is the 86 proof bourbon. Quite good. Yeah, this is crazy. So I want to talk a little bit about why we did this. And then I'll shut up about that and we'll get to drinking bourbon. Hello, Todd. But so a couple days ago, Swan kind of made a passing comment like, are you going to do anything since the New Orleans Bourbons Festival got canceled and since all these sporting events got canceled as well? And I was like, I hadn't thought about that. And so I reached out to I reached out to a small group of folks, and holy moly, Don Nishida, thank you for your super chat over on PayPal. He said it is for the toilet paper fund. So cheers to you, my friend. That's awesome. Let's see what else. Sorry. Yeah, anyway. Leo said only getting sound on your left ear. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with the mono thing, but yeah, it's very strange. It's very strange that that's happening. Mike Hawley also sent a super chat. Cheers to you, Mike. Bizarre. Also for the toilet paper fund. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, we're trying to make sure that's that we stay stocked up on our toilet paper, I guess. But you know, not so sure how that's gonna work out. But anyway, So Swan had said, "Why don't you do something since everybody's got nothing going on this weekend?" And I said, "That's a great idea." So I sent a message to the folks who agreed to do streams today, and a couple other folks, and everybody pretty much said yes immediately. And it only made sense to do something like this because we're all kind of sitting around anyway, and I wanted you guys to have some form of entertainment while there was no forms of entertainment. So I appreciate you guys so much latching onto this. I was worried it was going to be kind of a flop, but like everybody's come together, and this is great. So that's all I'm going to say about it. We're just going to drink some. We're gonna drink some bourbon. Chad Hawley also said that he sent one, but I haven't seen it come through just yet. He found Oh man. Oh, Chad Hawley was okay. Yeah. Sorry. Not sure who Mike was, but that is Chad. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, I'm just stoked to see that all of this has come together. And now I'm gonna try to stop talking about that because my brain is still like trying to it's trying to comprehend all of this, but I love it. I'm just happy about it. So if you're new to the channel, I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of a and it seems like, sorry about that, guys. It seems like there are a lot of new people here who have subscribed. I'll give you a quick rundown of who I am. My name's Perry. I'm the host of this My Bourbon podcast. We've been going for about 2.5 years. And we've got a lot of content out there. It's been a lot of fun getting to expand the brand into this community and to meet a whole lot of great people. The show is myself and my two co-hosts, Swan, who is on here, the Bourbon Finder, and then also Curtis Conrad, who is in and out kind of all over the place. He's a graphic designer, as am I. And we sit around, we talk bourbon, we get to meet lots of great people, and it's always fun. Brian Brennicky also sent in a super chat. He said, "Thanks for putting all of this together. Let me get something in my glass so we can do this properly. How about a Larceny barrel pick called Why So Delicious? How about that?" Yes. Brian said, "Thanks for putting all this together." I think that's what it said. Patrick Starkey also sent one through. So first off to Brian, also to Patrick, thank you as well, my friend, and also Samantha Zeller. Thanks for setting this up. Love. Oh, that's Sam. Guys, this is I really appreciate all the PayPal super chats. Like I said, the link is down below if you are interested in donating. So Steven's here. Hello, Steven. He said I'm on an involuntary dry week, Swan, because of antibiotics. That sucks. Yeah. So cheers to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for coming in here. This is a pretty big jump in subscribers all of a sudden. We've got a great following, of course, but I don't do a lot of YouTube stuff. I'm bringing back the live streams that I used to do. Those are going to be starting back up here in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, there are plenty of podcasts for you to check out too, if that's your thing. And here's what I'm going to do, because I didn't really have much planned other than just hanging out and chatting with you guys. Ask some questions in the chat. Swan, if you can help me make sure that I catch most of the questions, I would love to answer some. My bourbon journey, Scott, who kicked off the day. Thank you so much, Scott, for being in here. He said, "What an awesome day." Thanks, Perry. Appreciate you. Chris from all the way in Australia said, "You're a mean person drinking in front of me while I drive to work." Sorry, buddy. Yeah, this is awesome. Matt from Whiskey Crusaders said, "Perry, which is great because we've missed them." Yes, I have missed doing the live streams too. I just haven't I haven't had the opportunity to get back into them, but now it seems like things have kind of slowed down. From ooh, you think I would know how to work around a microphone, considering I do it all the time, but. Yeah, I finally have kind of gotten back to where I'd be able to do live streams again. So we're gonna get back into that here very soon. So yeah, guys, drop questions for me in the chat, and super chats are also a great way for you to send questions in as well. YW said, "What's the most you'd pay for larceny barrel proof?" Considering I wasn't a big fan of the first batch, I would say probably about retail, 55, 60. I know Chad and Sarah gave it a very favorable review on its bourbon night. It seems like a lot of people had great reviews of it, but yeah, no idea. But I'm expecting it to get better as time goes by. Actually, I brought it up with me, so I might have a little bit of it just to see if it's changed. Chad asked, "What is your favorite dusty pour, turkey or not?" Typically, it's turkey, dusty turkey pours. I love dusty turkey. I drank some dusty beam on my Bourbon Journey stream earlier today, yeah, couldn't. I just there's so many good dusties. I feel like I need to like recenter myself because I feel like I've just gotten so excited about all of this, and I'm just going like at a mile a minute, and I'm just, yeah, I'm good. I'm all chill. Yeah. Louis posed this to Swan, and if you had not seen this on the Mash and Drum stream, he said it's the apocalypse rather. You can only choose one distillery's portfolio. Which one do you grab? I'm going either Heaven Hill or Buffalo Trace, honestly. I went with because it was nearby, the 2017 Stag, Daddy Stag at 129.2 proof. So, oh man. Brian, what is the Elijah Craig behind me? So there's a couple of bottles that are up here. One is a 12-year-old pick from Liquor Barn. And then the one behind it is called Fancy, and it was from a local group. It's got Jessica Rabbit on the back of it. It's another pick. It's very, very good. It's hard to find any because I don't think. Yeah. Steven asked how. First off, Matt from Whiskey Crusader said Dusty Turkey is so much better, though. It is for sure. I do agree. Steven said, "How were those samples I gave you? I have not had them yet. I am actually going to have them here in a little bit." So there you go. Patrick said, "Can I bring you some Woodinville samples when I come down?" Absolutely. Absolutely. Guy Davis asked, "Am I based in Louisville, Kentucky?" No, I'm based in Lexington, Kentucky. This is where I was born and raised, and this is where I'm hanging out. So Don is working his way through Heaven Hill, looking for that old 6-year-old bottled and bond. It's good stuff, man. How old does it have to be dusty? I don't know. I think that that's kind of changing all the time because, I mean, like, I even consider early 90s at this point fairly dusty. Not that it's the end-all, be-all for what constitutes a dusty, but it's hard to find, and it's everybody keeps saying that the audio's panned to the left. I'm very sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so back to the dusty question. It's just I think it's kind of dependent on whether or not you can find it, and if it's what price you would find it. I mean, most people consider like even late 80s turkeys, like the cheesy gold foil and split labels and stuff like that, they consider that to be dusty. And I do too. I think that's, the latest at this point, probably mid 90s, I think would be dusty. So, yeah. Trev Wilson said, Perry's one good looking dude. Let me tell you, Trev Wilson, right back at you, my friend. Will Henderson asked, "What's your go-to beer?" Interestingly enough, I have really kind of been getting into New England IPAs recently, the hazies. I love hazy IPAs. Oh, they're one of my favorite things in the entire world. But just kind of on a regular basis, I mean, I would go probably um oh, like Miller High Life. I love Miller High Life. That's one of my favorite go-to beers. It's great, man. Really, really great. Um Ben Sacro asked, "Have I gotten any new bottles?" I actually haven't gotten anything new recently. With the with the Corona scares, things have been pretty tight, and so I've had to not purchase anything. But I did. I was gifted a bottle of. I don't know where it is. Bourbon Karma by my friend Travis Gentz, also known as Cletus. If you guys have seen him around on the social medias. Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing both sides here, um, but I don't know. I'm really sorry about this pan to the left thing. Um, Steven said I think it has to be no longer made and 10+ years old. Yeah, maybe. Um, I don't know. I don't know either. Bourbon Lens. I have no idea. Steve A rather said, in that case, pouring another splash of a dusty beam. My dad asks, do you still have any more of the Sad Clown Gem? I do indeed. Just a hair. Chad said, I love hazy IPAs, so funky. Indeed. Agreed on the any IPA. Man, I love hazies. I love them so much. ADHD whiskey entered the chat to lower the attractiveness average a few hundred points. You are incorrect, sir. I love seeing you. I'm happy you're here. Eric said, wish I could have a pour with everyone, but got to work tonight. All good, buddy. All good. Patrick said, when I get home from this deployment, should I just jump into my foolproof stuff or ease in with low proof? I'll have fun either way. I'd say ease in, man. I'd say ease in. Brian said, I love Bourbon Karma, and mine has one pour left. I finished one off recently, and then Travis gifted me that bottle, and so I'm pretty happy that I have one hanging around. Guy said, I can hear you just fine. It's just out of the left speaker. I just don't know, man. I'm really sorry. Chad's streaming to his TV, so it's all good to him. Good deal. Swan said, hit that thumbs up. Yes, if you guys could hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, of course, as always. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being in here. We're only 20 minutes in. I appreciate this is pretty. I don't normally have this many people on my streams when I do them or when I used to do them. So I'm seeing 67. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. We could get even more people in here too. That would be great. Also, anybody who just came in, I don't have super chats because I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, but I do have a PayPal link below, which is a great way to kind of an alternative to doing the super chats, since it's not something that I have activated on my channel. Yeah. I Whiskey She Wine said, "Don't worry about the audio. We can see that beautiful face. That's all that matters." That's what. Hey, I'm here. You get this. You can hear most of me. So yeah. This is great. Okay. More questions. Somebody hit me with some more questions. Don said, "Have you had Stranahans out of Colorado? I just got a store pick single malt cast strength that's pretty good at 56.08." I have had one Stranahans, I think, and I liked it. I liked it pretty well. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I think that's just because it's not necessarily in my realm, in my flavor profile wheel. It's just not. It's not my favorite thing, but I do still like it. I'm slowly growing towards single malts, and I like them more and more. So who's to say? I mean, I might wind up being a big fan of them eventually. Louis said, old school rules. Every time I touch my hair, you must drink. Yes. That's a old school Rescue Rangers or DuckTales. Ooh, DuckTales is wild. That is a wild, wild show. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go DuckTales though. I think I'm gonna go DuckTales. Yeah. I need to. Is that on Is that on Disney Plus? If it is, I might be going back through it. Chad said, "What are my thoughts on ECBP A120? It's off profile to me. It is on. We did a review of the A120, and I freaking love it. I love that bourbon so much. I think that it's one of the best things I've ever had in my entire life. Um, it's it's fantastic. I think I gave it a 19 out of 20, to be quite honest. But if you want to hear my my full review of it, I think it was episode 119 or 118. It's from a few weeks back. So, yeah. Matt from Whiskey Crusader said, "I am so proud of you, Perry. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate that." That's a compliment if I've ever seen one. Ben Sacro said Perry looks like Leonardo DiCaprio's older brother. What? I'll have to ask my wife about that. Brian said, "I think ECBP is more like the old bottles." I have to agree. I think it's taken a step away from how it has kind of gone over the past couple of years and returning to form. In all honesty, I think it's just a fantastic, delicious bottle. I mean, to show you how much I loved it or do love it, I mean, it's almost gone. It's legitimately almost gone, and I'm hoping to get a new one when the time comes. Yeah, I don't know. I lost that thought. Ryan said I like it a lot better than C919. I do too. I like it better than any of the Elijah Craig barrel proof releases that came out last year. I think it's spectacular. I really do. Don said, "I keep telling myself I need to downsize the collection, but I grabbed 5 new bottles yesterday. The struggle is real." Schmeonardo de Schmacrio. Oh, I love it. Well, Patrick, let me tell you too. C918 is a close second for me in terms of the best bottles of Elijah Craig barrel proof. It's a great bourbon too. Dan said, "I forgot to tell you, Perry, that Leonardo is your older brother." Well, good gene pool then, I guess. 918 is probably still your favorite, Eric Smith. Fair enough. Brian said, "I did a side-by-side of A120 and Batch 11 from 2016 and thought they were really close." Interesting. I want to drink more. Man. That is so good. Now, forgive me, because I can't remember who asked what my thoughts about the Larceny barrel proof are. So I'm gonna go back and revisit that a little bit. I'm not gonna have a lot because I've still got stuff to do today, man. It's only 4:20. It's 4:20, apparently. So I just poured a little bit of the Larceny barrel proof, 123.2 proof. No berry pours, not today. Steven said, "Perry, what music have you been listening to recently?" I've been all over the daggone place with the music that I've been listening to. I've got a playlist on Spotify that's just Sturgill Simpson and Tyler Childers. It's just called Simpson and Childers LLC because it sounds like it would be a a law firm if there were one. When I'm in the gym, I listen to. I mean, it sounds cliche, but I listen to kind of hip hop rap stuff. When I was in the gym yesterday, I was listening to Childish Gambino, Anderson .Paak earlier in the week. I threw the second newest Mac Miller album on in my car the other day, R.I.P. Just such a freaking good album. Love that. Yeah. 10 Finger Pour. No Ben Sacro. Um, see, the nose is just a little light for me on the larceny. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to try Chad and Sarah's and see if I am getting something different on theirs than I am on mine, because it's just a little flat. It's a little boring. But Patrick said, since I'm new, what is a Perry pour? So a Perry pour is anything over the average amount of whiskey that you intended to pour. It's actually on Urban Dictionary, so you can go check out the Urban Dictionary definition of Perry pour. Swan put that up, which is amazing. Trippy Imp said, have you listened to the new J Electronica album? I have not. I've honestly not really listened to J Electronica before, so I will have to check him out. Let's see, what else? Eric said, I love all the limited Michter stuff, but I feel the regular bottles are just okay. Any thoughts? I 100% agree with you. I'm not a big fan of regular Michter's bourbon, especially. It's just not got much to it. I think it's a little boring, but the Michter's 10-year-old bourbon, the 10-year-old rye, fantastic. Any of the barrel strength releases are so good. The sour mash whiskey is delicious too. Bitter Steel said, cleaning out some old bottles. When did Henry McKenna 10-year go from Twisty Pop to cork? That was, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, was that 2018 or early 2019 when that happened? I honestly can't remember. Swan said, Perry, can we make a bourbon Spotify playlist for our Patreon crowd? Perry's Bourbon Picks a Spotify playlist. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely we can. Patrick's been listening to Michael Kiwanuka lately. I love Michael Kiwanuka. I absolutely love that guy. He's great. Ben Demon Hunter didn't know what a Perry pour was either. Like I said, Urban Dictionary. Steven said, Swan, your playlist can be called Swan's Frothy Tunes. that's a callback if I've ever heard one. Or swan songs to listen to on the pond, and it's all bird calls. I love it. Somebody was talking about the newest Little Book. Newest Little Book is delicious. That's easily the best one that they've ever put out. I mean, it just seemed like they realized, well, we should probably do some kind of bourbon release instead of doing, these whiskey things that we've been doing. Sorry, I'm touching my hair again. Yeah. Don said, champ, love that. Yeah. Dustin said, limit of 5 John Mayer songs. Yeah, that's fine. I know not everybody is a John Mayer fan, so, but I love him. Not everybody likes Dave Matthews Band either, and I'm a big D&B. Yeah, I told you. I know I Whiskey She Wines. It is really on Urban Dictionary. We Yes, the definition of Perry pour really is on it's really on Urban Dictionary. Somebody, Swan, post a link to it or something, or somebody else. Patrick said, YouTube music decided I should listen to Michael Kiwanuka. I'm so glad that he popped into my playlist. He's fantastic, man. He is fantastic. Dad said, being the old man in the room, I really love the latest Springsteen LP, Western Stars. I still have not listened to it. I need to do that. Negative to both, said Dustin, but Chad Holly said, love John Mayer and D&B. Pretty much all I play on guitar. Hey, man, me too. I do I don't know if anybody knows this, or I'm sure a few people know this, but I did the intro for the podcast, and a lot of that was inspired by my blues background on guitar and John Mayer and all that kind of stuff. So that's enough. That's enough of of my John Mayer talk. Terrence Scott said, with the price increase, once my last Booker's is gone, I'm done with the label. It's a real shame that that's gone up to $90. That is just a real shame. I can't. You hate to think about it, but what would Booker say if he saw that it went up that much in price? I mean, it can't be. It can't be something that he would have approved of. It's just sad. I mean, to see where it was. I mean, originally at like what, $50, $55, now all the way up to $90. That's just bonkers, absolute bonkers. There's a lot of Dave Matthews Band talk going in here. This is funny. Swan posted the full entry for the Perry pour definition. Greg saw DMB in 96. Very cool. Chad has seen them 10 times. I've seen them probably about 6 or 7 now. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. Ben said that Little Book Chapter 4 should be weeded. Huh. I hadn't thought about that. I'd go for that. Yeah. Eric Smith said Perry Pour for life. They look the best in those Willet glasses you get on their tours. Nice. Sofer's just in here. Awesome. Will Henderson said John Mayer Trio is where it's at. Amen to that. Dustin said he's going to cry. Love Booker's. I do too. Zofer just picked up Heaven Hill Bottled Up on 7-year. Great bourbon. Really enjoy that. Don said, luckily COVID-19 is not spread by touching your hair, so touch away. And I am not going to get coronavirus now. Chad said it's no surprise they released it with the plan to solely increase to $100. I'm so mad about that. If it really does go to $100, I'm not buying it anymore. I'm not. I can't do that. So I just finished off this little pour of the Larceny Barrel Proof. I think it's fine. I'm just not crazy about it. It's just okay. It's okay. And Sacro said, what would you say? Yeah. Bobby said, I need to hear Dave Matthews play some Slipknot songs, then I'm on board. They've covered Zeppelin before. That's not the same thing. Swan did say if anybody wants to help the toilet paper fund, the link is in the bio. The Patreon link is also down there as well, but the PayPal link is where you can do super chats. Since I do not have super chats on this channel right now because I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, so that would be great to finally get to 1,000 subscribers sometime. We've had this channel up for a year or 2.5 years, taking forever. Dadgummit. Patrick said, my first pour when I get home will be a Perry pour. Man, so Patrick, let's talk about Patrick for a second because he's super awesome. He is on deployment currently. So first off, Patrick, thank you for your service, of course. And he's going to be coming to Kentucky in August. So Patrick, you and I are definitely going to have a drink together. I'm pulling out something special for when you get here, my friend. That's going to happen. Zofer said, what's gone up? It's the price of Booker's. Yeah. Steven said if they increased the age, that would maybe justify it for me. Yeah, I could get on board with that. Age of Booker seems to be going down. Yes, it does. Yes, it really does. Don said, I did not know that. Hey, Rick Pitino is returning to college basketball. Little known fact, one of Pitino's first coaching stops was as an assistant at the University of Hawaii. Did not know that. Yes, everybody, please subscribe. I appreciate that. Chad said I can't do a Perry pour because I started drinking at noon. Yeah, y'all be careful with the Perry pours right now. Dustin has a Wilderness Trail rye pick we need to tear into. Also a Russell Reserve Dixon bottle. Yes to both of those things. Yes, so for Booker's is going to be more than $80. It is going to be a 90, which is going to be $90. Just stupid. Dumb. How about this? I did get a super chat from Steven Sussman. Steven, thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and kill this old bottle of Rare Breed to say cheers to you, my friend. Yeah. Steven, appreciate you, buddy, as always. I need to get better at this whole super chat cheersing thing because it's nothing. I never did it before. So, cheers, guys. Oh, Rare Breed. Oh, how you have my heart. It's been a fun day, man. This has been a really fun day. I've enjoyed the crap out of all of this. Dad said, "Don't ever have a Papa Ritter pour." That, yeah. Zofer said, "I already pay more in California than all the price lists of so many whiskeys. That actually sounds like an average price point of whiskeys." Huh, interesting. I Whiskey She Wine said, "What's worse, Booker's for 90 or Heaven Hill repackaging a $12 bourbon and selling it for 40?" I think they're probably about the same, but I kind of hate that Heaven Hill did that to us. I haven't watched your all's video yet, but I think I'm gonna probably side with you, Bobby, on this one. So, yeah. Whiskey Steve said, "Both of my YouTube profiles are now subscribed. Cheers to you, Whiskey Steve. Appreciate you." Ooh, Swan said, "I have an extra 750 of Rare Breed 112.8 at home." Hey, man. Dad said a Papa Ritter pour is just adding a little bit more to a Perry pour. Trippy Imp said, "I wish you could find a Heaven Hill bottle up on 7 year for $40 here. I was at the bar the other day, and they wouldn't do a pour of it because it was too rare." That's dumb. That is so dumb. Anyway, no. Back to that question. I think that the Heaven Hill thing is probably a little bit worse because clearly they are just playing into the hype of the market. I think Booker's has always been exceptionally good, especially at the price point of, like $60 to $70. But, it's just insane that Jim Beam keeps hiking up the prices of Booker's. I mean, I'm appalled by it. Will Henderson with the super chat over here as well. He said, "Love the podcast and thanks for strung up all this up today." I think he means for getting all this together. So, yeah. Cheers, buddy. Well, appreciate you, Will. This has just been very, very cool. Eric Smith said, "So basically, a Papa Ritter pour is a pint of bourbon." That's pretty intense. That's like it's like a Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bring up New Orleans. Sorry. That was one of the reasons that we did this today, because New Orleans Bourbon Festival got canceled. So it's a real shame. Man, this Rare Breed's delicious. Ugh. What is it about this bourbon that I love so much? Do I love it because it's beautiful, or is it beautiful because I love it? Asking the real questions here on the This Is My Bourbon podcast live stream, on the day of live streams, where we try to prevent the coronavirus. So another tip for preventing the coronavirus: wash your hands, which is dumb. We have to tell people that. So, yeah. Brian said, "Papa Ritter pour, open bottle, pour Perry pour, drink bottle." Sounds about right. Patrick said, "Again, thank you for doing this. I appreciate you guys hooking on to this and wanting to partake in this and see how cool this is, and knowing that just because we have to be stuck at home and not going places and watching things, there's still something else we could do. And this was just, it just made sense. It just made sense to me to do this instead of just sitting around and going, I hate that we're not doing anything right now. I know that it's just for a small group of people, but it's you people, and you guys are the ones that keep those of us who are, creating this content going. So thank you guys. I know everybody keeps saying thank you to me for getting it together, but it wouldn't mean anything if we were sitting here in front of our computers and talking to nobody. I mean, you guys are the reason that we have the chance to do this. So I say cheers to you all. I appreciate you. Also, bye, Dad. It is a great price point for a great bottle, Trippy Imp. Yes. Yes, indeed. Rare Breed is so good and still a good value. Absolutely. I think Rare Breed and Elijah Craig Barrel Proof are the two best values on the market. Really, truly, I do. Can't wait for Rare Breed Rye. I cannot either. I am so excited. If you call the plastic bit at the top of the handles of bourbon fun stoppers, you might be a Perry pourer. Yes. Will asks, do you think Jim Beam is pushing up the price of Booker's to match B-Tech? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I don't think so. I don't think that that's why they're doing this. I think they're doing it because they are trying to make more money. Honestly, I don't think that they're trying to compete because, the antique collection is it's so much more rare than Booker's is, and it comes out so much less often than Booker's does. And I think if they were really trying to compete with the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, it would mean that they would just be putting it out once a year. So I don't know. I can't imagine that that's the reason that they're doing it. If it is, that's stupid. Why would they do that? Why would they do that at all? Jimmy Munt, that's a great last name, said, how's the new Elijah Craig 2020 Barrel Proof? As we said before, amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Brian said, second best thing to drinking with friends in NOLA is to drink with friends on the streams. That's why we're doing it, man. That's why we're here. Jamie said, Rare Breed is just delicious. Don't make it complicated. Exactly. Patrick said, I'm currently at 378 subscribers. We started the day at like 340, so that's crazy cool that so many people have jumped on. I want to get to 1,000 for sure. So these super chats can actually be in the app itself. But in the meantime, we do have the PayPal link down below. So, Steven said, I think it was more to separate Booker's and Baker's. Yeah, but Baker's has gone up in price too. So, I don't know. Chad said, if I remember right, they originally released Booker's at $100 price point. People didn't like that, and they dropped to $60 with a long-term plan to slowly increase to $100. I can't remember where I read that. I don't know anything about that. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. It's really interesting. Dustin said, Rare Breed is good, but don't sleep on Kentucky Spirit. Got a killer pick from the distillery last weekend. Yes, you did. And yes, do not sleep on Kentucky Spirit. If you're a fan of Wild Turkey 101, I mean, it's basically it's basically a single barrel version of that. And I'm a huge 101 fan. I mean, it's my go-to daily drinker. So, yeah. Patrick asked, what watch are you wearing? Sorry, off topic. I'm a watch nut. This is a watch from Amazon, actually. It's just called Amuda, AMUDA, 9058. I don't know, man. I love watches. I cannot afford to get into them, but I think they're fascinating. They're so fascinating. The intricacy of watches, the work behind them it just absolutely astounds me. I can't even really put into words how fascinated I am by watches. Really, really, truly. Steven said that pick is magical. It is magical. I've got it around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't know. If I can find it in the next minute or so, I might have a pour of it. Charles Ashworth said, silly because higher priced means better bourbon. Duh. Yeah, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Mike Meyer said, I think I'm done with Bakers. I think I'm getting close to being done with Bakers, which is sad because I love the small batch 7-year-old 107 proof. I love that bottle. Ryan just poured some Kentucky Spirit. Very nice. Very, very nice. Don said he remembers that they were going to jump straight up to 100, but the outrage was immediate and they went to 80. I agree that they did want to hit that 100 price point eventually. But yeah, I don't know. It's just we always talk about this thing, like what's gonna end the bourbon boom? What's gonna be the thing that causes us to dip out and go somewhere else? And I think price hikes are part of it. I really do. I think once people start once people start seeing that they can make more money off of it, it gets a little frustrating. And that's when you go, come on, seriously? And if we increasingly get more and more frustrated with it, then it becomes not worth it at some point. So, I don't know, man. Whiskey Steve said, I like Baker's, but it's now gone up to 60 in my area, which is more than I'm willing to spend for it. Just last year, it was only 50. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons that I just cannot justify paying that much for it. I think the single barrel's very good. I liked the small batch a little bit better, I think. And I thought the 13-year was pretty good. Wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but I still thought that it was quite decent. Dustin knows a honey hole that has cases of the old stuff at MSRP. I need some of that. Will Henderson said Knob Creek picks kill Booker's right now. I 100% agree on that. I think that Knob Creek picks, even 9-year-old ones, and we were going through that period where they were all 13 to 15 years old, mostly 14, and they were all just spectacular. I mean, really, I've not had a bad Knob Creek pick over the past few years. YW said 101 is still $25 though. That is very true. That is very, very true. And I love Wild Turkey 101. I just said it a little bit ago. It's my daily drinker. It's my go-to. I reach for it constantly. Swan said, anymore I'm going to buy bourbon on the basis of if it is worth it to me. Fair enough. Eric Smith said, what's your favorite donut here in Lexington? I usually go North Lime. Love pairing a bourbon and a donut after my night shift. Eric, I don't think I knew that you were in Lexington. That is awesome. Why have we not gone to OPC together? I love North Lime. North Lime is by far my favorite donut place in Lexington. Trippy Imp 101 at $20 is still a great value. Absolutely. The only problem is that tariffs on Scotch made a price hike and the jump onto bourbon hasn't helped. Very true. Very true, Yo Jimbo. Chad said, tagged you in an old article about it in your Facebook group. Oh, great. Thank you, Chad. I'll go check that out for sure. Eric said the best bourbon is the best value in whiskey, but it is closing the gap, not a great direction. I agree. Let's see. Dustin said my next tattoo is a turkey with a bourbon barrel. Yes. And I agree, Whiskey Steve. 101 is the best bang for buck whiskey. Okay, so let's take a couple more questions before we get off of here. Matt from ADHD Whiskey is going to be getting his stream started up here in about 10 minutes. So you definitely want to go and check that out over there. Let me also post a link to his live stream, so you can go and check that out right afterwards. I will be in there momentarily, or for a moment. I've got a couple of things I've got to take care of, but yeah. So drop me a couple more questions. I'll get to them. Two things, just real quick as we wrap up. First off, as I've said 1,000 times, thank you all so much for supporting this full day of live streams from this Whiskey Tube community. So cool that this happened. And I love that this community came together to just kind of alleviate some stress, some sadness for a little while. And, I wanted to give people something to look forward to instead of just sitting around and going, man, I really wish that I could have gone and done this or done that and whatever. So yeah, that there's that. The second thing is the wrap up live stream where we do the round table. That's going to be back here on this channel. It's going to be around 8 o'clock. I set the thing for 8:15. So and then that one's just going to be that one's just going to be crazy. We're going to have a good time and celebrate this, whatever this accomplishment is of hanging out all day. So, yeah. But mostly, thank you guys. That's it. I saw a question. Oh, from Chad Hawley. Do you think Wild Turkey 101 will increase price with the new label? I freaking hope not, man. I can't stand to see another big name product that I love so much jump up in price. I mean, it would just absolutely break my heart to see Wild Turkey go to like a $30 or $40 bottle of bourbon. It would just be the worst. Yeah, everybody's saying. Trippy M said, I hope not. Ryan Parker said, yes, I do. That's such a shame. Guy Davis said, Knob Creek $127 and Old Forester 1920, $50 in my area. Help me stay with bourbon. I'm not interested in Booker's, Bakers, or Pappy. I'm not that interested in Pappy either. I do love both Booker's and Bakers, but they're, at the price for 101 and Knob Creek single or a small batch, hard to it's hard to say no to that. So I'm totally on board with that. Whiskey Steve said Buffalo Trace used to be my go-to, but it's about the same price as 101, so I'd rather spend my money on the higher proof juice. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Jimmy Munt said, sorry if these have already been answered, was late to the party. I missed your question. Oh, no, you're posting them right now. Got it. Drink some water and wash your hands, says Will Henderson. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The accomplishment of surviving, also very true. Steven said, also subscribe and like everyone. Perry makes great. Oh, thank you, Steven. Yes, everybody go jump on to the Facebook group as well. It's called This Is My Bourbon Group. It's a lot of fun. We just hang out. We have a good time. Jimmy Munt said, this is his question. Okay, thoughts on availability of Knob 15, and how about Knob 18 at $159? It's insane. That's insane. It's so much money. So much money, man. I would like so the thing is, like, I want to try all these bottles. I want to get into them and I want to review them for the show, and I want to, just the sake for the sake of trying them. I want that to be a thing, but I just don't know. I don't think that it's necessary to make them so scarce, or to make them so expensive. I mean, that being said, $160 for an 18-year-old bottle of bourbon, that's pretty fair. I mean, that's something that the market has kind of dictated, and I think it makes sense. So it's understandable. Yeah. Mike asked, are you currently on any waiting list for any bottle, or is that just us suckers that don't live in Kentucky? I am not I'm not on a waiting list currently. I was at one point just for like Weller products, and I just gave up on that. Just full on gave up on it because there's other stuff I'd rather buy. There's other stuff. Andrew King asked, I heard about an Elijah Craig beer barrel finish being released this year. When is that going to be released? I assume that that's going to be around the same time that the Bourbon County Stouts get put out, because that was in collaboration with Goose Island, who puts out and that's who they age the bourbon in. And I imagine that that's going to be within the same time frame. So Barrel Lover is here. He said he's first time on the podcast, in stream and all that good stuff. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up so we can make way for ADHD Whiskey to get his live stream started here in about 5 minutes. I want to say one more time, thank you all so much for hopping on to everybody's streams today. And this was a 2-day pipe dream, as I put it at the beginning of the day, where I just wanted to see if we could make something happen for this community who, I know that everybody's bummed right now about what's going on with the coronavirus and how it's all, how it's just kind of shut down everything. So it only made sense to give people stuff to watch and listen to and enjoy. And I'm so happy that it's gone as well as it has. If you are not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. You can hit the like button for this video. You can check out all of our podcasts that have come out right here on YouTube or on all of your podcast platforms. What else? Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast, where you can become a patron of the show for as little as $1 a month. All the tiers are explained there. Hold on, Trippy Imp. There is the link to the next stream. Like I said, I don't have super chats, but if you do want to donate to the show directly, the PayPal link is below in the description of this video. I think that about does it. Follow me on social media at MyBourbonPod everywhere. I'm going to hop over to Matt's channel to say hi to everybody. Love you guys. Appreciate everything that you do. Thank you for supporting this crazy little project that we did. It's like the music festival of Whiskey Tube channels. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Until then, I'm Perry, and this is my Bourbon Podcast YouTube channel live stream to prevent coronavirus. Cheers, guys.